Hey everyone, it's Junaid from Meninfluencer here. Hope you look good, feel good and are ready to prosper, because in today's video I want to talk about a fantastic topic: how men and women differ in the way they process emotions. And yes, I know this has been a video topic that has been requested for the longest time. I think it's almost more than a year now. Today is the day that I'm going to talk about this. And with that said, let's get started. So emotions are a fundamental part of the human experience. But did you know that men and women may experience and express emotions differently? According to a lot of neuroscientists, research has shown that men and women have a lot of structural and functional differences in their brains that may affect the way they process emotions. For example, the amygdala, which is responsible for the emotional response to a stimulus, and this is typically larger in women than men. And this means that women might have a stronger emotional response than men when it comes to certain situations. However, it's important to note that this is only one element when it comes to emotional response, because even within genders there's a spectrum. Some women are very emotional whilst others aren't that emotional, and the same goes for men. Studies have also shown that men and women may have different coping mechanisms for when it comes to dealing with emotions. For example, men tend to suppress their emotions and focus on problem-solving coping mechanisms, while women tend to express their emotions and use emotion-based coping mechanisms. Some people argue that these differences might also be caused by societal expectations and gender norms, because oftentimes men are taught to be strong and unemotional, whilst when it comes to women, they are actually encouraged to express their emotions. So to answer the question, are women more emotional than men? The answer is yes. This is due to the functional and structural difference in their brains and their coping mechanism to deal with emotions. But even then, emotions are a very complex human experience, and it can differ greatly depending on the individual. Because just like previously mentioned, some individuals are very emotional, whilst when it comes to other individuals, they're not that emotional. But nonetheless, it's still very important to take all of these different factors into account to find your perfect coping strategy to deal with emotions.